You are watching Strip Down, and all day everybody's been asking me why I'm in such a damn good mood. Is it because this shirt from Ultimo Euromoda is awesome? Maybe. Is it because it's my birthday? Probably. Or is it because tonight on Strip Down, One Bad Son's here? Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, One Bad Son.
Just can't seem to let you go. Now that I have come back home, I just want to be alone.
Making their return to the stripped down stage. First time I get to introduce you as this, but Vancouver's own.
You don't ever have to introduce us as that.
One bad son. But still.
That gets on our nerves.
Really? You still.
We're Saskatoon's one bad son.
Saskatoon's one bad son who made the drive from Vancouver.
Exactly.
Here.
Visiting for.
I loved how I went to the Facebook page and it's the shot of the four of you standing on like the Saskatchewan border sign. I thought that was really classy. So that's still a big thing though. You guys want to be known as the Saskatchewan band that just happens to live out in Vancouver.
Yeah, because that's pretty much the exact situation, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we love it out there. It's great. I mean, Canada, it's Canada, you know? It's beautiful, great people everywhere. You know, anywhere we tour to, there's great people, but it's like, sometimes you do what you got to do to get your career going, and that's that, you know?
We'll talk about getting the career going. We'll talk about this amazing album, which has been in my car for 3 weeks solid now. Hasn't seen the eject button once. But we go back in time really quickly. Episode number 44, April 21st, 2009. We hadn't even hit episode 50 yet, and we had One Bad Son on Stripped Down. Then again, episode 86, Shane Volk did a solo show, May 18th, 2010. And I believe it was pretty much the following week you guys all moved out to Vancouver.
These guys were actually already there. I did that, and then I think I left like the next day or the next 2 days later or something. Yeah.
I think I watched that in Vancouver somehow.
That's
maybe on
crazy.
somebody's phone or
The internet.
the intranet.
Someone Skyped it.
Skype, yeah.
So go back in time really quickly. You left the stripped down stage back in May of 2010. Hopped on the bike the next day. What was going through your mind?
Try not to get killed by semis, I think mostly was about it.
Yeah.
No, it was like, yeah, it's bittersweet, right? I mean, but I don't think we ever felt like we really left, you know what I mean? So it's, because everything we do is just, I mean, everything is just career-based, you know what I mean? We're just hammering at this thing, and you don't sometimes get time to stop and think like, oh, we're going to miss this place. Plus, because we tour so much, we're always back here, and it's never really felt like it really hasn't felt like we've left. So going out there, plus at that time we were in the middle of recording the record, and there's always, since the day we left to today, there's just been so much stuff going on all the time. We've never really had time to stop and kind of look back, you know, because it's always just like, hey, we're going here, we got to do this, we got to get this done, we got to, you know, it just seems like this never-ending train, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, it's 2 years later, and you're like, yeah, it's, you know, it goes by like that, though, so.
I hate using this analogy, but you guys left and you were, you know, big fish in a small pond to be small fish in a big pond. And again, I hate that analogy, but obviously that must have been weighing on minds. Hicks, moving out.
It was tough. We play sold out shows here, and then you're going to start over there playing to a handful of people at the start. But it's like anything, like Shane was saying, it's for the greater good, right? If you can't do it, you can't only do it in one city and actually make a living at it. So we picked Vancouver. It was Vancouver or Toronto, and 2 years later, I think we made the right pick, and now we're doing sold out shows here and sold out shows in Vancouver. So it's working out.
Kind of rewarding.
It's rewarding, and then like we play just as much in Saskatoon, so we play every 2 or 3 months. We're back and forth, Western Canada. So it's rewarding to see another city embrace you too. Like not as much as Saskatoon, but not as big a community out there because there's so many people. But it took a little while to find, I guess, our niche out there. But I think it's been rewarding because we've found it now. So found the good bands to play with out there too. Like there's so many bands and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been rewarding and fun.
Mr. Dahl, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you probably risked the most moving out there. You had a lot going on here professionally before you moved.
Yeah, well, I mean, the shows they did on Stripped Down were really happening, so I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, no, but seriously, you left a lot when you left Saskatoon.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think all of us left a lot. You know, I wouldn't say I left more, but like Hicks said, you know, we had to go to somewhere else to break. Every band does, right? Unless you're starting New York or something like that, which we didn't have the luxury of. So it was interesting, though. I mean, we got there and we had to start from the bottom like we did here. Like people, like I said in the last interview, like OBS started in Saskatoon, no one came out to the shows, right? We started from the bottom and worked that fan base, and there's no shortcuts, right? There's no, OBS has never been like the coolest band out there as far as what's trendy or whatever, right? We have to just blow people away live, and then, so we did that in Vancouver, and you know, it's been 2 years now, and we're starting to get like something happening there, and it's really it's exciting to see what's happening next. You know.
I remember doing an interview for just my regular art segment, and that was even before Granny was in the band, and you guys were talking about how like it's all part of this path, and one day you're going to have to leave Saskatoon and go to a bigger center. So, Granny, you jumped on that train while it was already, you know, gaining momentum. What was it like for you leaving Saskatoon?
Yeah, I mean, like these guys have pretty much covered most of it. I mean, it's tough, it's hard, and I mean, you know, it's not specific necessarily to music. I mean, people have to make career choices all the time, and you know, I feel fortunate that I've been able to go with, you know, 3 of my best friends, and you know, that has made it easier. But you know, like they said, we're doing it for a reason, and you know, we're all very motivated, and we're all willing to do what needs to be done to achieve said goals.
Did you believe him though when you first joined the band, and that was part of the deal, where it was like, yeah, you know, we're in Saskatoon now, but one day if you're in, you're gonna have to move out with us?
No, they didn't tell me that in the interview, so I went in a little bit blind, but that's all right.
I think when you've gone through like 3 bass players, you just stop telling the truth. You're like, oh no, man, we'll be here for a long time, and we make like tons of money. Like, you know, it's huge paying shows. It's great.
Yeah, I probably would have joined either way. So
Huge honor to have you guys back. I'm being serious.
Hey, and happy birthday.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I don't want it to focus on my birthday,
Oh, and hey,
but it definitely is my birthday.
that song is for your birthday. We
And-
let off because we know you love Scarecrow. So
I
that's
was
for
going
you,
to
man.
say, that's my favorite. Well, I got to say, there's a couple others on this disc that are giving Scarecrows a run for its money. But I would have to say Scarecrows is still my favorite songs. Thank you for that. It was a great way to kick off my birthday.
And this is sweet. We love that thing.
I got you a cake. It was, you know, that was kind of my own little homecoming gift.
Yeah, that's great.
I was really impressed and kind of thought you were mocking me when you guys were like, "Hey, we should do Strip Down again when we come through town." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." But then you guys kept on me, and I was like, "Holy cow, they're serious. They want to come back on the show." So again, on behalf of Jay and the entire crew, it's a huge honor that you're back here.
Well, no problem, man. And I told you off air that it's like for us, you know, when you're starting out, as Dahl said, you start from the bottom, right? And you're just looking everywhere for opportunities, like anybody. And also, Dalsey touched on, I mean, you know, we've never been in like the in community, right? I mean, rock and roll from day one, from the 50s, is a fringe. It gets to the mainstream sometimes, but mostly it's running in indie circles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so starting from the bottom and just looking for any opportunity, right? So I mean, you came along and were nice enough to interview us and like pay attention to the band and then put us on here. And so it's like, it's, you know, because it's just cool to give back a little bit. You know, I mean, we hope that we get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the goal, you know, and one day if we're touring stadiums, we'll be back here again, because it's like, man, you can't, it's an easy thing to say, like, oh, we'll never forget about you guys that helped us out. But I mean, you know, it's not real hard to come down here and play a set. Plus, it's fun. It's what we do for a living, you know. So, I mean, if you're saying no to stuff like this, you're basically pissing on everybody that helped you get to where you are, and that's not our thing. So,
Quote.
there you go.
Bam. I have nowhere to go from there because that was amazing. So let's jump into song number 2. You guys are doing kind of acoustic
Yeah, we're
versions of a very, very loud, very rock album again, which is pretty touching. You're not only coming back to Strip Down when you really don't need to, but you're not even phoning it in on Strip Down. So I'm feeling very blessed tonight. What's song number 2?
What are we doing, Dalsey?
This is called "It Ain't Right."
It ain't right. Take it away, One Bad Son.
Ready, Hickser?
It ain't right to put our lives into the hands of thieves and liars. And I know you say I'll have to wait in line, at least for now, but it ain't right. Is it time to raise my hand? Should I even take a stand this time? What's going wrong? I keep working overtime. The more we work, the more we
We are spending 60 minutes with One Bad Son, but we have to take our first commercial break. We got lots more Strip Down coming up right after this. Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345. We are back with Saskatoon's own One Bad Son. Are you guys enjoying it? Feeling the vibe again of being on Strip Down?
Yeah,
great.
it feels good.
Cool.
Is it a little different this time than it was back in April of 2009?
Yeah, I think a little bit.
A little
I'm sober
bit?
this time.
Pardon me?
I'm sober this time.
Well, that's good.
We just got off the road too, so I think things are a little scratchy, and but yeah, it kind of feels nice to sit down for a show.
So you feel like you're home?
Yeah.
Can you give that to me? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're home? Awesome. So, being on the road, that's still your thing, hey? Like one of the hardest working bands. That was kind of above the music, how you guys are known, and still are. You know, people can say what you want about One Bad Son, but you can't knock their
What are
work
people
ethic.
saying about us?
That is what people are saying about you.
Yeah, what
Whether
blogs
you
do
like One Bad Son sound or not, you can't knock their work ethic. Does that make you guys proud? That's what...
I think it's weird because we just take that sort of stuff for granted, like
I just assumed every band.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because we do hear that, like, oh, like there's some bands in Vancouver that are doing fairly well there, but they have never left the city, and they're kind of happy being sort of a bigger band in Vancouver, and they're like, wow, you guys are going out on the road again, and
It's the same thing here. There's lots of good bands in Saskatoon that
yeah,
don't.
but you've got it, like you have to hit the road, and the bigger things get, the more it's sort of like the better and more difficult the opportunities are. Like we just opened for Monster Truck, and it was like we just got off a tour and we got offered shows, and we're like, well, all right, we're going back, and it was like another 20 hours in the van. But I mean,
Playing for new faces every night is it's pretty fun and exciting too, right?
yeah,
Well, I think the thing with us, like with our kind of music, is like you have to break it the old-fashioned way, which is just getting on the road, touring, and we're not going to become like this, a Twitter sensation or like an overnight sensation kind of thing. It's like we just got to get across Canada and across the States and, and blow people away. And that's kind of, there's no secret formula, right? Except writing great songs, which isn't that easy. But you just got to write the songs and then get out there and work your ass off,
The option to do acoustic tonight, again, kind of a touching nod to the show because we really don't do that many acoustic shows anymore. But again, it was just another layer of One Bad Son's coming on, and you guys are on top of everything else. Is it a lot of time to kind of rejig them acoustically, or
not really. Some of them, a lot of these songs get like their start on acoustic, right? I mean, I think because we all write music, right? I mean, you're sitting around and you don't usually have your electric with you, and then riffs and stuff will start on your acoustic, and then like Scarecrows, for instance, I mean, just kind of an acoustic tune that then sort of turned into a rock song, and so a lot of them have like a basis in acoustic anyways, and it's kind of something that we learned doing the record, actually, that our producer said. He's like, a great song you can take down to one acoustic, and just play it and sing it. Like, if you just go melody and music, it should sound great, and then the great thing is you can just start layering all the rock stuff on it, and then you get a wicked beat going to it, and then you can amp it up. So then it kind of makes it easy to go back down to acoustic if it's kind of that's the bare bones of it anyway. Plus it's fun, just fun to kind of hear them different too. So
all right, well, let's hear another one different.
we're doing.
That's where I went with that.
That's pro, man. That's pro.
That was pro.
Thank you.
That was nice. That was a nice. What is that? A cutaway? Is that what you call that?
segue?
A segue? Is that what it is? Yeah, that was sweet. They pay you well
Yeah, it
for a
was
good reason.
It was like conversation lubrication right there. We were talking about one thing, suddenly we're talking about something else. What song are you guys playing?
I'm lost.
Conversation lubrication.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna do a song actually off our this will be the only old song we do. We're gonna do a song off the last record.
Okay.
We're gonna do Crooked Mike Stand.
All right, One Bad Son. I too is going to compliment you on your sustain. But we're back with One Bad Son.
Very nice.
And we're burning through time, so let's jump into this. How proud of you? How proud are you of this album is what I was trying to say. I was trying not to read the back.
What do you say, Granny?
I'm pretty darn proud of it, Curtis.
Dandy.
Dandy.
It's a dandy, really.
Yeah?
And no, it's like, it's 5 years of 4 men's hard work. Somehow that made
That
sense.
sounds quite sweaty.
Yeah, it is.
No, but I really, like, in all seriousness, it's hard to really sum up in words, you know, like it's just, yeah, it's a pretty great feeling to have.
Heartwarming.
It is heartwarming. I'm struggling to put it into words. But
It's like it's just a CD on one hand, right? But on the other hand, it's like, like I said, 5 years of like a lot of sacrifices, and we moved across the country, and like, and it hasn't been easy, right? Like, it's a lot of, all the unglamorous things about pursuing the dream, right? Like financially and whatever else, right? Away from your family and friends, all that stuff. But
and everybody going, when's the disc gonna drop? When's the disc gonna drop? When's the disc gonna drop?
We heard that for like 4.5 years. That was nice.
Yeah, that drove us kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's like at the same time, the 4 of us, it's like you can kind of hear it on the records, like the 4 guys, kind of 4 brothers making music that, we're not following anyone else's lead. It's just our own kind of. We live in a bubble, kind of, and it's like it's captured on that record.
I, had the EP and the album before that, and I'm a pretty substantial One Bad Son fan, I'd like to think. But and again, I'm not saying this just because you guys are here tonight. But this is amazing.
Oh, we appreciate it, man. Yeah,
it's honestly probably one of my favorite discs, not locally, just discs of all time. I've heard in the last like 5 years. Yeah. I was telling Jay Neufeld this when I was going out for coffee with him after listening to my car. This album makes me feel like when I was like 8 and I was listening to my like Weird Al Yankovic albums, and in between songs I'd hear what my sister across the hallway was playing with her like dirty slick toxic rock, and I was like, my life is passing me by. Like, there's more out there for Curtis Anderson than Weird Al Yankovic, and I seriously get that feeling of discovery when I hear this. So I couldn't. Is it okay if I'm proud of this album too?
Hey, man, that's great.
Yeah.
It's It honestly, it's for everybody that believed in us too, right? And I mean, there's, like Kurt said, I mean, there's so much that goes into it. I mean, it's a funny thing, right? I mean, you just bleed for those songs, and it's years and years, and it's you're emotional about the songs themselves, and then it's actually putting together. But then for people digesting, it's just as easy as like, yeah, I don't like that one. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, sweet.
That's not heartbreaking at all.
Well, I mean, it's the thing that only musicians, I think, can really own, is just how much work it is. But then at the end of the day, I should have said that because that's my worst favorite. I hate that saying, end of the day. But at the end of the day.
End of the night.
End of the night.
When it's all said and done.
You have to remember that that's how people are going to digest it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that went into the songwriting of just like, hey, shelve your emotions and your crap. Just remember to write a good song, because people are going to give it one listen and they're going to love it or hate it. And if they hate it, they're never going to listen to it again, and that's it. So it's like this. It's a weird thing to always kind of have in mind when you're, putting your life into those songs, is that, the end product is a song, and it can be easily discarded, or it can be the thing that defines someone's life. It's that's, I think, what makes songwriting so special to us. And I think every musician that puts work into songwriting is that, like, that's where you're trying to push your songs into something that's like, somebody is like, man, when I was going through this, it was this record playing, and it's just, I mean, everybody has that, right? So
I have a story like that with Scarecrows, which I've never told you, but it'll take too long. So maybe after.
Tell us after.
We'll have like the Curtis Anderson confessionals one week when a band doesn't show up, and I'll be like, here's the story of how Scarecrows touched my life. Regardless, let's get to the next song before we take our second commercial break.
Are we on to El Camino? Yeah, this is the only like really, really stripped down song of the record. So this one's called El Camino.
Table, she's got the eyes of the world on. Ain't she lucky? Where is my world gone? I'm left with nameless faces. I got the eyes of the world on. Ain't I lucky? And I'll drive till I can get myself together. And I'll ride till I can see the sun. Now I know that I can't win this fight, and I've changed this song 1,000 times. It's not the one I thought that I would write, but it's still your song tonight. I'm still up when the lights go, turning thoughts into letters. No one else to rely on. Ain't I lucky? And I'll drive till I can get myself together. And I'll ride till I can see the sun. Now I know that I can't win this fight, and I've changed this song 1,000 times. It's not the one I thought that I would write, but it's still your song tonight. Oh, yeah. I'll try. Oh, yeah. And I'll drive. Oh, yeah. And I'll drive till I can get myself together. And I'll ride till I can see the sun. Now I know that I can win this fight. I've changed this song 1,000 times. No, it's not the one I thought that I would write. No, it's not the one I thought that I would write, but it's still your song tonight. Still your song tonight. Some more great sustain, man.
It's like a sustained museum tonight. We are a little over halfway through with One Bad Sun. We have to take our second commercial break. We got lots more Strip Down coming up right after this. Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345. We are back with One Bad Son, returning to Saskatoon, playing Stripped Down, promoting the disc. It's been a big night. It's my birthday. We got a One Bad Son cake. I don't know if we can get a shot of that.
Cut to the cake.
I ran around Saskatoon all day looking for a bakery that could do that at the last minute, because most of them want 24 hours notice. But I want to give a shout out to Kim and Irma at the bakery department in Varsity Common, Sobeys. That's the one on 8th Street by Montana's. They said for One Bad Son, and they dropped all their other orders. And,
Nice.
and I pulled do you know who I am? I'm on TV. Well, I'm on Shaw TV. That's close. So they whipped up a cake, and here it is. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. I
It's
can't wait
deadly,
to
man.
dig into
Yeah.
that. I hope the lights don't ruin it, because I kind of want the photo op after with, One Bad Son and the welcome back cake. We were talking during the commercial break. You were surprised when I said my 3 favorite songs were 5, 6, and 7: Scarecrow, True Grit, and Money Train. What's most people say?
It's all over the map, man. It's like,
Keep-
and actually, just when you had to pick singles for the album, it's kind of like a bit of an ordeal, because everyone, like our label, our management, the band, everyone's got different. The radio people pick something different, and then talk to our friends and stuff. And I mean, every song on the album has been picked at some point as like the one we should go with as a single, which is a good thing. But it's also you lose a lot of bloody sleep over it.
But I guess you got to keep in mind that I've been listening to Rust Bucket and Retribution Blues for like 3 years, 4 years. So
Yeah.
those songs, as amazing as they are kind of like,
Well, that's kind of the major hurdle is they, because Rust Bucket was the first single and they wanted it as the first single, but it's hard out here because it's been around so long, right? And it's just kind of the, downside of the business aspect of it. But yeah, it's cool that you picked those. They're, the biggest rocker on the album is True Grit, kind of by far. It's like like I was just saying off air, it's the punk song of the record kind of, right? It's just short and in your face, so it's cool.
I think Money Train is a really, really big hit though too. I really think it is. It's
That's cool.
it's one of the most like I'd hear this on the radio songs that
Really?
jumps out. The like everybody can enjoy kind of thing. You're not alienating anybody by making it too hard or too soft. But when it kind of drops down and it's the build, and I just know you're gonna hit that note. That was probably my favorite part of listening to the album, to be honest, because I was like, here it comes, and you repeat the line twice, and then on the third time it's just like the most amazing, ear-shattering moment where I was like, the only thing that could make this better is if I saw it live and the sound guy started like hitting the board with a crowbar and the lights guy was doing the same. It rocks.
Man, you're
pretty
like
hard.
writing the video for it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it could be the cutaway of my hands using the crowbar. I've had a little experience with Jay Neufeld's lights, and it's kind of fun to play around. But yeah, it would be hitting it as hard as I could while you sustain that note for like the 10 seconds or whatever. Anyway, I'm going way off track here and wasting a lot of time. So we should get to another song before we run out.
Well,
But I'll just say one thing: Money Train almost didn't make the album. So it's
Really?
kind of- yeah.
I would.
yeah, it's the song we fought for the most to make sure it stayed on there. So
And for the opposite reason, like, the powers that be thought it wasn't a hit.
Really?
We knew.
That was seriously the one song that jumped out the most. That was like, this could play on any radio station, and
It's
I think
got a
I think
70s.
everybody would love it. I could see Rust Bucket, my mom being like, so that's how my mom talks and interacts with other people. But she'd probably nod along to Money Train.
nice.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
There it is.
Good to hear.
Well, and that's also another. Yeah, that's good.
Well, that's the next song.
That's the next song.
That's a
That's
segue.
just TV
Yeah.
magic right there.
And that wasn't planned,
Conversation, lubrication.
And I don't think we've ever played this acoustic before, so we figured we'd try kind of one. All right, this is Money Train.
Okay.
Nice. One Bad Son with Money Train. Really? Almost didn't make the album.
Yeah, it was close.
That would
Close.
easily be my second favorite song behind Scarecrows.
That's awesome to hear, man.
Oh,
It's really cool.
And I've listened to this album once or twice. What's the greatest piece of feedback you've got?
That might be the greatest piece.
Oh,
You're
come
giving
on.
it all to us tonight.
Oh, nice. All right, now's the time we talk to this week's audio engineer, and I guess I can quit saying that because we went through this rough patch last season where each week we kind of had a new guy doing audio, but he's been here since the beginning of Season 6 and a little bit at the end of Season 5. But if we can get a light on him, ladies and gentlemen, it's Alex Stushinoff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going great.
Everybody's kind of toe tapping and kind of digging the music. And is it an honor doing
Oh
sound
yeah,
for
big
One Bad
time,
Son?
guys. Like I'm not even like watching the meters. I'm just like, yeah, man.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I started a clapping part that nobody saw when it was just the taps and the vocals. I was clapping, but
I did see it.
oh, you saw it?
Yeah,
Okay, you
I
can't hear it.
appreciated
So,
it
yeah.
I don't even know what to say after that. But
Same. That was awesome. I agree with Curtis.
yes,
That's a great
I'll
track.
have to lend you the album,
Yeah, or I could purchase it.
or you could purchase
Or for
it.
$9.99, you could purchase it too.
Exactly.
Man, this is like the ultimate infomercial.
Solid.
Now, what would I say if I could rock you hard for only $9.99? I'd say you couldn't
That's
do
the
it.
wrong type of infomercial. That's like the super late night version.
One Bad Son promises to do just that. Pick up the phone. Do you remember that one?
It's still on, man.
That is still on.
Oh, no way. Maybe out in Vancouver.
That
It's
poor
just making
girl's
its
like,
way out there.
That poor girl's like 58, you know, she's got like grandkids already, and
I'd-
she's still like...
I'd still call in. She's had to have owned her craft by now. 50 years on the phone. Okay, back to Alex. It's time for another weekly. Is it a segment or a game? I want to call it a game, but it's kind of a game that everybody loses. This is Dylan Evans
Yeah.
wants to know. Dylan Evans is a talented young man who's always stuck in the control room, so we gave him his moment to shine each week. This is a segment called Dylan Evans Wants to Know. We let him pick a question. Stoosh, you got the honors. Dylan Evans wants to know.
How long does it take to bike to Vancouver?
Motorbike, like, or pedal bike?
I'm assuming pedal bike.
Oh, I think you motorbiked though, didn't
Well,
you?
I wasn't that poor at the time. Motorbike, it took about, well, I took my time and toured around, so 2 days. Pedal bike would be, actually that's an apt question now that we live in Vancouver, because everyone,
Bikes or one bike with 4 sets of pedals.
yeah. If we were to all get on a pedal bike,
One
a riddle,
pedal
man.
bike? You would be the baddest rock act in the history.
man, we're gonna have to have one of those bathroom readers, and you're gonna write it, Hicks, because that was brilliant, man. On a pedal bike, it would take a really long
I'd say,
time.
yeah, it's got, I don't know.
But that
couple
is
weeks.
apt, being from Vancouver and no one downtown
Say
owns a
11
vehicle.
days.
It's all pedal bikes. It's all, yeah. It's
Nice.
all leg transportation down there.
So
Yeah, motorcycle was like 2 days. That was easy.
despite our best efforts, that question worked.
Right on. There you go.
Super deep.
That was deep.
Thanks, man.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon), 664-6640.
Ladies and gentlemen, One Bad Son.
Somewhere the fires are burning, roaming from town to town. Everything lying ahead is all I think about.
We are wrapping things up with One Bad Son. Really quickly, that song had a bit of a story to it.
Yeah, that's One Bad Son's first Christmas song. The 604 Records puts out a Christmas song album every year. So they're like, can you guys write a Christmas song? We're like, yeah, sure, we can write a Christmas song. So that was, yeah, it's the first time I think we've ever played that. We just literally got done recording it before we came out here, so.
That's pretty awesome.
There you go.
Really quickly, what's it like working with a label finally? That was like kind of the holy grail, right? That was the...
I'd say, honestly, it's like everything else in this business. As soon as you think you've hit a new level, you get all of these new, not even problems, but just it's more hurdles, right? You get, I'm sure the guys would agree, like there's all the good that comes with it, and then all the like new hurdles, new things. It's new, just a new level. You get to the next level, and it's just more, right? I mean, there's no point where you're just touring the world and everything's easy. You know, once you get to the top, then you're trying not to fall back down. So it's, you know, I think we're all pumped that like all the hard work that's gone into this, you know, we're pretty much ready for anything. There's nothing that can slow us down. There's nothing they can throw at us that, you know, we haven't already seen in some other form. So it's been great. It's great to be there. So
Awesome. Where can people get their hands on this? And I highly, highly recommend it. And that's not something I usually do on the show, but really, you should go pick this album out. It's phenomenal.
Hicks, you tell me.
iTunes, obviously, it's on there. It's in most HMVs and in Saskatoon at the Vinyl Diner.
Again, it is my birthday. Thank you so much for making this an amazing birthday. The crew wants to do something, but before we do that, I want to give a special birthday shout out to former crew member Laura Churchman, who's been there since episode 1 as well, and we share the same birthday, but she can't be here this year because she's out in Helsinki studying abroad. So, okay, what's going on?
We heard that you're big fans of It's Always Sunny in California. Or Philadelphia.
Or Philadelphia.
Sorry, I don't watch the show. I'm just the messenger. So we got you a denim chicken. There is a chicken inside this denim. It is fully clothed in Value Village clothes. And happy birthday, Curtis.
happy birthday, Curtis.
Happy birthday, Curtis.
Ace.
It's been refrigerated, so we can eat it later.
If people don't get the reference, do yourself a favor and go pick up all of the 8 seasons now of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Thank you, Alexa. Thanks everyone else. Again, thanks to our sponsors before One Bad Son plays us out. Long and McQuaid, Ultimo Uramoda, and Mr. Sicily Pizza. I guess we got pizza on the way. Again, it's been a hell of a birthday. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Thanks a lot,
So
Curtis.
much.
Thanks,
It was a great night, and one of the birthdays I'm going to totally remember, even though I'm getting really old. Hey, she's still standing here. All right, take it away, One Bad Son.
Walk the line, waste my songs. You had style, you had charm, you were my lover. You were my only friend in this world.
interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best.